Dallas Cowboys playoff curse is over. I needed that. I needed that in the worst way. Dallas, thank you for that. Cowboys, thank you so much. Of course, all Cowboys fans, we all needed that one. But also, after Thursday when Texas got beat in the national championship, I needed a little pick me up and whipping up on the Eagles for the third time, and this one being the most important. Yeah, that was good. That was great. Romo once again, just being a beast right now. This is why I've never doubted that he should be our quarterback. Uh, I just I knew that there's something about him. He's always had. No one's ever doubted his talent. His decision making has been touted by me before and everyone. But you've just seen this guy mature. This guy is the leader, the unquestioned leader of this team, and it's just great. On defense, man, our defense is awesome. And the thing about we've always had a pass rush, especially with DeMarcus Ware on the field. Usually been really solid against the run. But in years past, our secondary has been pitiful. You had it was pretty much if we don't get a sack here, they're going to get a 30-yard gain, and Jenkins, Newman, Sensabaugh, all those guys, they really have come together, and I really do have confidence when McNabb gets away from guys and makes a throw that we'll be there to make a play. Don't make every play, you never do, but we can shut some receivers down. Of course, I was glad to see Deshaun Jackson get shut down. I wonder what he's going to tweet tonight about kicking the Cowboys' butts. But it really is. I think it's fitting that it was the Eagles that we beat. Looking back at this past decade, it's been over a decade since we won a playoff game. I know the Giants won a Super Bowl, but really, you can make the argument. I think the most dominant team in this division over the past decade has been Philadelphia. I mean, Andy Reid and McNabb have been kicking our butts for over 10 years, and going deep in the playoffs. They never got the Super Bowl win, but we couldn't even get past the first round, even getting if we could even get in. And they just been whipping our tail. And last year, that exclamation point when they just whipped us in Philly when we had everything on the line. And I've said before that was that's the worst moment as a Dallas Cowboys fan. The most disappointed and disgusted I was with the team was last year. But right now it's feeling pretty good, and it's not even like that whole that we're not even that little team that could right now. This is a team that's legitimate championship caliber. Are we going to win Super Bowl? I don't know. We got to get past the Vikings first, and I'll talk about the Vikings later. I mean that's a tough game. What I will say is I think our pass rush helps us out a lot in that game. Favre is a beast right now. I'm not going to doubt Favre at all that making throw, but if we can get to him, he can't make the throw. But Tony Romo doesn't have to hear it anymore. Wade Phillips doesn't have to hear it anymore. The Dallas Cowboys don't hear it anymore. 13 years, never won a playoff game. Tony Romo, you've never won in your entire career. Wade, you've never coached and won a playoff game. That's been answered. They got it done in decisive fashion. I thought this would be more of a dogfight, but we really just matched up well with Philly, and it was kind of weird how Philly swept the Giants, Giants swept us, we swept Philly. Everyone beat the Redskins, but I'm glad it went that way since we played Philly in the playoffs and we're able to get that done. I will say about McNabb, he's always been like the nemesis of the Cowboys. As a person, he's a good dude. But as a Cowboys fan, you don't like him, because he wears the green. And we were harassing him today, and we got at Ware and Spencer. I'm loving the way Spencer's been playing lately. But he kept fighting. I'll give it to McNabb. He kept fighting. He kept trying to find receivers. We would get back to the backfield. And I know he's gotten older since back in the day when he was really running all over us. But he kept getting away from guys, and that's something that he brings that Favre doesn't. So we'll see how that plays out next week. Of course, we'll talk about the Vikings. Right now, I just want to enjoy beating the Eagles and getting that playoff win, moving on. But you got to keep it in perspective. That was the first step, and the Cowboys know this. That first step is getting that win in the playoffs. But the thing is, really, I don't want to be a damper, but we've been this deep in the playoffs before. We know 2007 we had the bye and we played in the second round, but we just didn't get a win out of that. So next week we'll get to go the deepest that the Cowboys team has gone since '96 or whenever it was, and then try to get that NFC title game. Vikings are no joke. They stumbled a little bit at the end, whooped up on the Giants there at the end. So it's going to be a game in their house. Going to be loud. Cowboys coming to town. Everyone gets loud when Dallas comes to town. So it'll be fun though. So I'm proud of the guys once again. I personally needed this win bad. Get my spirits up a little bit about sports teams and whatnot. But all over Dallas Cowboys. Congrats to all Dallas Cowboys fans. They did it. They did it for us, guys. So I'm gonna enjoy this one. How about them Cowboys? I'm glad it was against the Eagles too. Just to put that little exclamation point on it. So go Cowboys, and we're still in the playoffs.